Personal log, Desiree Shaw, start date 9/5/2/92.53. Hey Bubba. Okay, so I'm so sorry this is late. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. First had the fire department instructor training, and so took the test on that. We'll find out shortly if I can be a fire department instructor. So hopefully that'll be good. I've been working on a project that you'll get to see in the next week. Why? Because I'm coming up to see you. And I can't wait to see what sort of video we end up making up there. But anyway, so took Grandma and Grandpa out to shopping with me for craft stuff because I've been trying to work on something. It failed, needed more supplies, and I've used more than I expected to use because my stuff was... I failed, but I'm almost finished, which means I am about to succeed. So it's okay to fail as long as you try again, and that's the key point, is just to keep going and trying it until you get where you're wanting to go. And that's what I had to keep telling myself. It's like, I've got to do this by Wednesday, and so I am almost finished. And I took Grandpa in to help me shop for it, and I was like, hey, which of these colors looks like that picture? And he's like, that one. Or, hey, what about that one? I'm like, oh yeah, that does look much better. So, I was able to kind of get him involved with it. Grandma insisted on staying in the truck, and then got pouty about us taking so long. But I had the AC on, so she was okay. She had, window, she had the key to the truck, so it was all good. But she got kind of pouty because we took so long. And it's like, you could have went with us. But anyway, it was interesting. We went out to eat, and so that was cool. Went to the Chinese place next to the mall, and they had some pretty good food. I don't mind going back. But anyway, so last time you asked me to do the dice game, and I've had this for a little bit, but like I said, instructor training came up. Okay, so basically, I'm going to put a link down in the description as to what I used. Alright, so basically, I had to make a list of superpowers. Each power has a dice number. Minimum of 2 powers, no more than half the number of sides on the dice. Okay. There are so many options for superpowers. I went to the website I'm going to post below. And so it's like, okay, it does it according to types. And so I'm like, alright, let me see if I can make this a little bit more random. And so I assigned a dice number to each of the types of powers, each of their first categories. And then from whenever the dice landed on, like, that category, then I counted up the number of subcategories and did the dice number according to that. And then, let's see, there was subcategories, and so I did the dice number, and that's how I found out. So basically I did 3 set of dice. The main category, the subcategory, and then the subcategories based on that. So, so the main categories were superpower interaction, personal physical powers, vision faculty, mental-based powers, physics or reality manipulation, energy manipulation, transportation or travel, flight, individualistic, illusion, mimicry, and divine. Okay, so I ended up rolling a 2, which was personal physical powers, and an 11, which was mimicry. Because there was 12 categories, so I rolled a 12 side twice, one for each of the powers. So then there was 5 subcategories on personal physical powers: general, emission, adaptation, enhanced physical skills, and supernatural physical skills. So I rolled a 6 side because there was 5 options, and if it landed on a 6, I would re-roll. It didn't. It landed on a 1, so I got general. And there was 28 options, so I got a 30 side, and if it was a 29 or 30, I would re-roll, but it wasn't. It was a 6, which was organic construct. So for the first set of dice I rolled, I got a 2, a 1, and a 6. And so I ended up on organic constructs. I'm like, okay, that's still a pretty broad category, but it's better than, you know, randomly coming up with it, I guess. It kind of gave me a starting point. So then the second one, like I said, I had rolled an 11. It had 4 of them, so I did a D4, which was shape-shifting, elemental mimicry, organic mimicry, or other. And I ended up rolling a 1 again. And I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, I am so glad I am not in a Pathfinder game, because I would have, like, epically failed my roll. It would have been, ugh. It's like asking me to do my will save. I always roll low and bad. And I don't understand why, because in real life I have a pretty decent will, but can't roll it to save my life. I actually have died because of my failed will save, so I can legit say that. So anyway, there was 13 options, and it was, so I was going to roll a d20. This way it gives option for 1, and if it was 14 through 20, I would re-roll again. I rolled a 10, and I was like, at least I didn't have to re-roll. But that was bionic physiology, and I'm like, okay, how does bionic physiology and organic constructs work together? Because that's like, what? So, here's the story that I came up with.